We are ready. Payne McBride. Kind of a tough week for you, huh?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah. I saw you struggling quite a bit, especially with the break, with the refs racking and stuff. And
me and Adrian both struggled in that set. With the break, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And you came up with what results did you end up with? You're qualified for World Championships, obviously. So I think you ended up with a third, fourth, right? Fourth finish.
I got 2 5th, 6th, 1 in hay ball, 1 in I think it was 22 U10 ball.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up with the third. I lost to Adrian, so that was 18 U boys.
Right.
Ended up with the third in that.
Yeah, so that's this bracket.
Forget everything else to be.
Yeah, honestly, I completely understand. It's a lot of pool for 1 week.
I'm gonna look up at CompuSport though.
Here we go. So Eddie won the lag. He's taking a little stretch. Make sure you guys in the chat let everyone know we're back. And if you have friends or family or whatever that was watching with you or anyone across the country, make sure they know that it's finals time.
This is it, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the last one.
This is the main event.
The last race to 8. Winner here gets airfare out to New Zealand for their World Championship appearance. That is massive, yeah. So Adrian out the gate is going to be pushing, it looks like. Unless he can see that one ball. I can't imagine he'd take it, try to play safe this way, you know what I mean? Even if he can see the top of the one, right?
Yeah, if you can see the left edge of the one, it doesn't look like they're just safe with it.
Yeah. So, interesting. So Adrian elects to put the 10 back on the spot. He just hooked himself. I think he's going to get put back in here. Don't get me wrong, Adrian can be pretty good with the jump stick, but I think you still got to put him back in.
Yeah, I like Eddie from here.
What do you mean?
In the rack.
Oh, in the rack? Yeah, from the spot. Although, it looks like the lanes are pretty open for just jumping and stopping the rock and sending the cue ball or the one ball down into traffic. But it looks like he's aiming to get aggressive here. A lot of the racks have been quite scrappy. Oh, no.
You mean all day?
Yeah, all day. On this table. A lot of dry breaks. I think the last match that we watched on this table between Robert Orta and Hayden Ernst was the only match where even close to half of the breaks were not dry.
Wow.
But like all day, I'd say before that match, we had seen about 30 breaks and maybe 2 of them weren't dry. It's crazy.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Well, in that set, it felt like I made a ball on the break once.
Yeah, I think that was one of the ones I'm talking about. Yeah. Crazy.
What were Robert and Hayden doing?
16U 10 balls final.
I meant on the break.
Oh, I don't know. Getting lucky, I think, honestly. I genuinely think getting lucky. I think throughout the entire day today, to get what you would call a proper, tight, consistent rack, I think we're seeing that maybe 30% of the time.
Yeah, it's not consistent at all.
Yeah, so it's real tough to know what to do with that. So obviously, rack your own is a different story.
Oh, yeah.
Then you can start trying to tweak it for the conditions that you're playing on. But
is he playing safe from the 3 ball?
Looks like it.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Ooh, just hitting the 4, and it's going to help him out a little bit, unless this ball's cuttable. But how do you manage the 4 ball? I think even if it's cuttable, you bury him on the 9. Because what do you do with the 4 here?
Nothing.
There's nothing to do. And are you going to get a better opportunity for a safe? Unless you can't see the whole 3. If you can't see the whole 3, then you got to go for the cut and try to play safe with the 4.
It doesn't look like you can see the whole 3.
How about that?
This might not be too bad.
Yeah, well.
We left the kick.
Yeah, the rail first is on. This is where I get kind of goofy with my shot selection, because in this spot, I'm like, I might even do something goofy there where I'll, the 4's got no pocket. I don't really have an easy safe with it if I go up table, so I might just like swing it 2 rails real fast into the stack and try to see if I can make something happen, But I'm a very aggressive, like high risk, high reward style player because it's the only fun way for me, and that's why I can't win tournaments. It's why I can't win tournaments. Yeah, that and I can't make a straight in shot after I do all the hard work.
There's a lot of players that do that.
Yeah.
I love pool because sometimes that goofball shot is the right shot.
Uh-huh. And nobody thinks about it, yeah. A lot of the time. Oh, did I not introduce Major Payne? We got Payne McBride
I'm Mr. Major Payne.
In the booth. Nice layup right there. Nice cue ball. This is another gaffy shot that I like to shoot. I actually shoot this way with a ton of spin.
Oh, 3 rails?
Because the
Why?
line...
Yeah, why would you swing it 3 rails?
3 rails?
Yeah.
Because the line here likes to come short. A lot of the lines out of here converge right there. When about a diamond up.
That makes sense, yeah.
And also when you get really narrow over here, right? When the parallel lines coming out are really narrow, they're unpredictable and not reliable.
Oh yeah.
But it's not like I would recommend anyone else doing it. It's just the way I like to play it.
It's gonna be real big for Eddie.
Yeah.
The only struggle is gonna be the 6 ball.
Yeah. I think that this set is probably gonna go through a couple highs and lows. And
I think it has to.
Yeah. All finals do. It's crazy how that happens. Very rarely do you get a final that's an absolute blowout, regardless of skill differential. You know what I mean? Or on the paper.
How many finals go hill with a dry break?
A lot.
A decent amount. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, a lot. If everyone's breaking dry, yeah. How deep in a decent bracket, say 30 to 50 players bracket, have you gotten, Collins? I won a first of the month tournament that was race to 6 and race to 4 with 51 players, and like 8 of them were 670 to 700 Fargo. Caught a gear and got lucky that they couldn't get out. 9 ball. It's my claim to fame. Yeah, it's my claim to fame. A year and a half ago, the stars aligned, or 2 years ago or something. I think it was like a 570 Fargo at the time, and just kept running out. No.
I did not think he was going to do that.
Neither did I. I had no idea that was coming. Yeah, I really do think when the balls are not breaking well, for 10 ball anyway, especially if you have someone else racking for you like a ref, when I'm breaking from just off to one side in the center or something like that, I would try to like note which part of the rack is getting slugged more often. And for me, watching on this table, it seemed like the right side of the rack was getting slugged more often. And so I would adjust the hit spot on the 1 ball to more evenly split the 2 second row balls to just hope I get something lucky moving. At least you get more balls moving that way, But if you just stick with the same old break, you're going to keep getting those same results where you got, 3 or 4 balls that have no chance of going to a pocket.
So in my set against Adrian, I forget which ref we had, but it looked like I was checking from the end of the table, which is allowed, but it looked like he was tilting the rack ever so slightly to the right, at least like 80% of the time.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why. Well, at hard times, it's one of all the time the tables are marked. Right, so we have that line for the foot spot line.
Yeah, these tables don't even have a kitchen.
They don't even have a marked kitchen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we always have a marked kitchen, marked break box for both styles, like the single diamond and then the matchroom style break box.
Oh, so like old Derby City break box?
Yeah, the old just one diamond over. And then we have, which actually really helps for setting up Mighty X drill. But
oh yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, and then he always marks, like, puts dots for the Matchroom magic rack.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. There he is. Just looked like he moved through the second half of that rack at a pretty good pace. Oops, wrong side of the scoreboard.
6-ball was a pressure shot and buried it.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to me this week, those high-pressure, high-difficulty shots out of anyone in the field, Adrian and Hayden are the two that just have been putting them down and making it look effortless.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Just in crazy spots where they'll just walk up and I don't care how difficult it's supposed to be, I'm just going to hit the spot.
Mm-hmm.
So have you enjoyed this week in Quincy as compared to last year? Play aside. Your personal performance aside.
Yeah. No bias.
Yeah.
Well, the no lighting is
rough.
Yeah, it was rough.
Uh-huh.
Real bad. I really loved the hay ball.
Yeah.
The hay ball was real great.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I think we lost some tables from last year too.
Yeah, they were using them for the 14-1 and the National Wheelchair Association or Pool Players Association tournaments. So we still had the same amount of tables overall, but they were being used.
There was more events.
Yeah.
I mean, still a great event.
Yeah.
I feel. High level of play.
We just, I know that Shane made the decision on the lights because last year we only had lights on, 22 tables or something like that? And there was a big problem with how far they have to hang from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And the air conditioning, and it would cause them to, like, blow and, like, swing around, and so we had to rig them all together. With this many tables in the room, they just couldn't see a feasible way of getting all the lights up and having them all rigged together so they wouldn't sway like that.
Yeah.
So it was...
And not spending a month here prior to
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so... I'm sure it'll be an item of discussion for next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if this ball's frozen... Do you play it any differently, or are you just sending the cue ball up table anyway?
For me, I mean, off first glance, it looks real goofy.
Yeah. Let's see how close he is here. Can't see from that camera. Can't see from that camera. And I got no overhead, so we're on our own. Yeah, I think you just send him up table anyway, because where the 8's sitting. He's like, I'm going to clip the 4, so what happens here? Can you get past the 4?
Clip the 4, you sell out.
Yeah. Look at this.
Maybe not.
What an effort there from Eddie. Oops. He called the 8-ball in the corner.
You got comboed or carom?
I think it's only the combo. Because the carom's going to be goofy. Because the cue ball's going to be hopping a little bit. Ooh, we missed the whole ball.
Missed the whole one ball.
Wonder if he jumped over the edge of it.
Kind of looked like that.
Nope, just flat out missed it.
Yeah, maybe barely, but no, he just missed the ball.
Yeah. You can see here. Cue ball wasn't really bouncing. Getting aggressive with the combo. The one ball is going to stop really quick because this is a full hit. Oh, he's cutting it a little bit. Nice shot.
That was a good shot.
Nice shot. Fairly full. He's going to have to put a nice finesse stroke to pull this back up table unless he decides to go forward and then gamble with 5 and 10.
I don't like going forward at all.
Yeah.
Unless you played in the corner.
Yeah,
Unless you played up table.
It looks like he should be able to pull it. Got to put a nice smooth stroke and get towards the edge of the ball, though. towards the edge of the cue ball.
You can actually cheat the pocket on this one too.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, the tables have been playing pretty, I wouldn't say like overly forgiving, but like as far as hitting the rail on the way in.
Yeah, they're close.
Nice shot.
Like using the back rail here, right?
I think so. I think maybe if you're straight enough, you go 2 rails out, just maybe middle of the kitchen, you know, or just middle of the head string-ish. Looks like you can just go forward 2 rails and maybe hit half a diamond between the pocket and the, yeah, right there. I think negotiating mildly tight position for 2 more shots, and it should be cupcake from there.
I mean, from here, there's all your work done.
Should be, but you can get goofy on the 4-ball where all of a sudden you have to, well, I guess the 5's playable inside, so it doesn't really matter if you're rolling down table.
Whoa, Eddie.
What'd I say? Mildly tough.
No.
I said mildly tight position, not really tight position, but absolute disaster.
That is a disaster.
Adrian's already chalking up his
This
cue.
is
Look at him.
bad.
What do you think about that mustache?
What
Payne.
mustache?
Come on, Payne. That's right. You grow a full beard. That's right.
What mustache?
Who was it? I forget who it was, but some other junior said, "Oh my gosh, Payne shaved today, and he looks so much younger." Yeah, you do look like mid-20s when you got the whole beard.
Well, my friends are like, you need to look a little younger.
Yeah.
So I shaved.
You got this super deep voice and this full beard, and everyone's like, this kid's, how old are you, 16, 17? 17? 18?
I'm old. Yeah.
Are you 18?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is the last year.
Yeah. That's right, because Adrian's birthday, because when he turns 17, or the year that he is 17 will be his last year. No, you can do 18 and under. Okay.
If you turn
If you
turn 19 in the calendar year, you cannot play.
got it. Okay. Yeah, because he's got a November birthday like me, so.
Okay. How old is Adrian? 16?
16, yeah, so that means he's got 2 more years. No, he turns 17 this year. Will turn 18 next year. No, next year's his last year. Because he'll turn 19 the following year.
Okay. You're going to say, man, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, my math is not mathing right now, but I'm rolling with it.
Two zip.
2-zip. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's your favorite ref out there? You got a favorite ref? As far as racking goes, anybody that you think racks better than others?
Mr. Wingball John. Has to be.
Oh, yeah, John Lehman.
I'm really stepping out of the box there.
No, I know. He does rack 9-ball really well.
He does.
He really does. You know, he was racking 8-ball really well the other night, too. It was an 8-ball final, and Shane Tyree walks by. He says, "Are they racking their own in a final right now?" And I said, or no, he says, "I better not look at this table and see that these players are racking their own for an 8-ball final." And I said, "Don't look at the table then." He says, "I'll rack them myself." And John Lehman had already changed and he was done for the day, you know. And there's plenty of refs out there.
I saw that.
You know, but he says, I'm more than happy to go throw on my shirt and rack for him. And he did. Shane racked 1 rack, and I was like, oh, my God, don't ever rack
Anybody
again,
get a
Shane.
picture of that?
I wish they would have got a picture of the break afterwards because, like, 4 of the balls didn't move.
Oh, wow.
Shots fired, Shane. But then John comes out, and he's racking them, and it was great.
Oh, yeah. I like Dave Pearson, too. He's a good ref.
Dave Pearson. Which one's Dave? I actually don't know their names. I'm terrible.
It's tough to describe them all. I mean.
All right. Regular guy. Oh, wow. Time to push.
Or jumper in the hole.
Can you get past the 7? I like right
I'm
there.
not sure.
I like right here. For Adrian. For the push.
Yeah.
Because I think Adrian's going to really well judge, like if he gets it back, he's going to
yeah.
really well judge something like that, you know? Only problem is if you end up too far over here, it starts to get a little dicey.
It does.
And I feel like if you go where he's looking right now, it's a little bit too easy, and Eddie's not going to give it back.
You can always push out to a jump, too.
Yeah.
You can't jump from there.
Yeah, this is a little bit too easy if you can see the left side of the one, right? Unless it runs into the 2. The cue ball runs into the 2 off the left side of the one.
I like being aggressive here. That's the...
You mean cutting it in?
Yeah.
What?
If you're running into the 2?
I don't think he can see the ball. He just got it back.
That makes sense then.
Oh, he could see it.
Maybe it was thinner than I was anticipating.
Mm-hmm. What do you got? Oh, sorry, I got my luggage down here. This
You're
is
good.
actually this is packaging.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I want the components not to move.
Lord.
Yeah. I was going to ask you what events do you have coming up that you're playing in, or what you're looking forward to this year?
So there's a Junior American Series in Texas.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to. I've never been to Skinny Bob's.
Okay. I've seen plenty of streams out of there. It's usually Lonnie with Backwards Billiards that does the streams out of that room. Yeah.
And then obviously I got New Zealand.
Yep.
I got Worlds at the end of the year.
Do you play any open tournaments, like local open tournaments in your area? Do you have anything going on? There are none? Where are you from again?
Indiana. Unless
Indiana,
they're on
that's right.
And then they're not open. They're handicapped.
Right.
I played the U.S. Open the last 2 years.
Okay.
I haven't gone to a U.S. Open qualifier this year.
Our West Coast tour that we've got going on, the top placing overall player, like what do you say?
Like
earn the most money, yeah, exactly,
Oh, yeah.
off of the tour. Gets a spot into the U.S.
sweet.
Open, yeah. I have not. Have you played
No.
U.S. Amateur?
No.
I think they're doing a qualifier out at well, they did one then at Hard Times.
I'll have to look at it. I'll be at the International for sure.
The International Open up in it's in Florida.
Yeah,
The
they
second
moved it
one
to
is
Florida this year.
Oh, okay. So okay, isn't it usually up in like in the northeast? Norfolk? Virginia. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh. Adrian in another spot where I think he's going aggressive again. Overcuts it, which is the way you want to miss it if you're going to miss it. Holy crap. And now the 5 ball's too far away for a comfortable jump.
You think so?
Like one that you can really control?
No. Not really controlled.
Yeah. Like to play safe with, you know what I mean? If you're maybe 8 inches closer, you can start to feel like maybe you know how to stun the ball. Because you don't have to be airborne for so long, you know?
Yeah.
He's going to go grab it.
Seen the jump cue pulled out a lot on this table.
Yeah.
Right edge or left edge?
That's a good question. You probably run into the 9 ball if you go left edge. Unless the ball
doesn't feel real bad.
Unless the cue ball gathers a lot of follow by the time it hits the 1. Which would be good to run into the 9. He goes right edge. 1 ball runs into the 9. Cue ball, is it going to go above or below the 3? Below, look at this.
Went below. Wow.
Just put away your regular cues, guys. Just put them away. Put them back in the case. We don't need them anymore. Yeah, I was going to say he's definitely a favorite to make that ball, especially with the rail kind of guiding your eyes, you know. like right next to the shot line, you know? You need Ethernet? Okay. Okay. Trying to nudge this open, it looks like. I wonder if the 9 goes in the right side. Looks like it should.
Does. Yeah, it goes.
Yeah, that was so tough. Hi, Sam. All right, Eddie just sizing up the 6 ball. Taking a lot of time to size this up.
Yeah.
I think you just got to play below the 6. I mean, take any questions out, you know? It doesn't really change whether you go above or below the 6. It doesn't really change what you can do with the 8. So to just, take the whole 7 ball out of the equation, I think, well, he's going above. Which I'm assuming he's going to be playing the 7 up table anyway. It's not like you're going to try to get straight in on this and draw back, play the 7 in the same pocket.
This is a lot simpler than it looked like.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens in these next 2 shots. Main thing here, you got to get some kind of angle on this 8 ball, like around here, maybe where you can just follow underneath, or get like a little bit steeper and then play the speed shot like this.
Oh, wow.
So he did come below. Yeah, this was the place to be the whole time. I'm surprised he ended up where he did on the 5. He's on the wrong side of the 6, though. He's going to have to take a cut on the 7. Lose the cue ball a bit. Just a bit. It's so funny how in situations like this where the balls lay in a way that feels really simple, things can... it's the little things that can end up compounding if you don't hit them perfect every time, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. Ooh, a little jelly roll.
I like this shot.
You play the bank?
That's what he called.
Yeah. This isn't going to end up safe, but not easy. Now things are real weird to get on the 9 ball. You have to play like...
Gotta hit a good 6 ball.
Well, you got to play what feels like a recovery shot, right? And then you probably won't get ideal on the 7, so you're going to probably have to recover again to get ideal on the 8. And if you don't, you got to come with something really good.
See how he hits it. Perfect.
Wow, and to end up that straight on the 7 is pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's as good as you could get.
I would say just about an inch to the right would be sweet, because then you're not moving towards the rail. Now he's on the rail. Might even be able to run into these balls.
That would be ideal.
Yeah, if you can bump them. Is he saying the 10 goes in the side?
I never even thought of that. We were supposed to have seen that forever ago, Collins.
No chance we would have seen that. It's close. Yeah, it goes in the other side. He just looked at it, and now he's rolling his eyes. He's like, okay, I got to try to figure out a way to get over there. This is like stun run through with like a touch of inside maybe, and with finesse, like to play perfect speed. It's like so tough. Maybe the follow angle's there though. It's there. The follow angle's there. He says, stop it. No. I don't know if he's got any of the 9 ball there. Nope. Kick the 10 in.
Yeah.
Kick the 10 in the side. He's looking at it. You got to call it. Yeah, he just called it. That'd be funny if it was like pointed at the point of the pocket, and it throws in because he's kicking this way. Wouldn't that be funny? 9 ball's going to be tracking towards like this area.
Yeah. Cue ball be going the same way.
Depends on it depends on which side of the 9 you hit, right? Hit the left side of the 9 and the 10 goes, it's a disaster. Close. No, it threw long.
Maybe? No.
And this is definitely potable. Thin but potable. Oh, we called the bank. Probably to retain control of the cue ball. And it's should be a high percentage bank. He's been playing a fair amount of 1 pocket lately. There you go. Cue ball close to being corner hooked, but he's got a chance at least. Decent stroke, but he missed the cut. Got a fortunate bounce here, actually. I don't think that the stiff bank is on. I don't think the cross is on either.
No. I might go 100% for the safety here.
Yeah, you got to do the catch it kind of thin and send the cue ball back and forth.
Yeah. You can't really play the cross corner short either.
No. He's calling the side. Wow, he's going to rifle this ball.
I don't blame him.
What about the kick? If the 10 ball, seriously, if the 10 ball was like a half a ball further from the rail, I might even try to kick it in the side. It might go. Oh! That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's the shot. That's the Jason Shaw. Let's go.
In the hole, baby.
Never in doubt. Eddie Vonderau. Eddie Vonderau. Come on.
Rifled what?
It was a hanger, guys. What's up, Chris Schneider? Do donations go to the foundation? No, donations, if you want to support the BCA or the BEF, it has to go directly to them. We actually haven't set up any donation links, but you would have to reach out to them on their website. I'm sure they have a thing that, I'm sure they have something set up where you could help them out if you wanted. What was he doing there?
What was going on?
Maybe taking a scuff off the ball? Can you do that? That's interesting. Wait, if there's like one of those black scuff marks on the ball, can you clean it with the pocket liner? Because the pocket liner's hard?
Isn't the pocket liner what put the scuff on the ball, though?
If it's the same material, then in theory it should work.
What?
Because it's just a residue, it's just like from friction. Interesting. Hashtag Vonderau.
Damn wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Hit a hard 3-ball. Struck it great.
And look, he's got a shot to go into this, and the 5-ball is going to go right towards the corner. The only question is he going to try to hit it soft to leave the 5 by the corner? And if he does he stay tied up with the 9 or 6?
I like running into the 9-ball.
Oh, he's trying to play the... Yeah, I was going to say go at like a decent pace, like medium speed, where the 5 might even bounce out. 5 might be dead.
There you go.
5 might be dead in the hole. Looks like it's pointing at the long rail, maybe. Do you think we can get to 600 subscribers before the end of this match? This is a good question. At 128 people watching, I'd assume most of them have subscribed already. And their channel now has 535. Bet you we could get 550. Good shot. 5-ball did end up right over the corner.
Yeah, he's hit 2. I mean, struck the last ball is perfect. This is a great shot to get out, make it 3-1.
Ooh, this is where you're on the wrong side of the 6, but it's like the good amount where you can do whatever you want.
Fling the rock.
Let's go. Pretty sharp. You know what else is looking pretty sharp? Logo on that sleeve. I'm sorry.
What is that logo, Colin?
I got to take a shameless plug. If you like this style of stream, check out our stream next week at the Chuck Markoulis Memorial in Hard Time, Sacramento on Post Up. Starts Thursday. Action through Sunday. All the United States of America representing professionals will be competing for Mosconi Cup points out there.
It was an incredible out by Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian looking really strong in that run out. Shadow Nell says, I believe the stream should be shut down after each match because I want to be able to click the like button on each match. I respect that. What is the logo on Adrian's right sleeve? It's a Post Up. I can show you if you want to see it. That one. Oh my God, it's so big. Un minuto. Un momento. It's that one. It's this one. There we go. Should have done that in the beginning.
Yeah, you should have.
Here we go. Little rail first. Try to make the ball. Big pocket with the 8-ball. You can even draw the rock back to the deuce, and he just jars the ball. 8-ball flying everywhere. Come on, Adrian. We want to see 2. Oh my gosh, what a mess.
What just happened?
Yeah, a lot of things just happened. Swerve. Is the 6 in the way of the 1-rail kick off the left-hand long rail? I think it might be. I don't think you can kick that way. You can kick up here, but it's a twist, right? You got to twist it a little bit because the 8's covering it. Probably easier than the swerve. Oh, you're using the bridge too?
Swerve is so tough with all ball foul.
Yeah, but you look like a G if you make it.
Yeah, you do. Then you don't get out.
Yeah, you're right.
So why are you swerving?
To look like a G.
About as tough as it gets.
Yeah, this is real tough. Good news is if you hit the ball, you probably make it. Maybe it is more natural than I thought. The 8 must not... Oh, wow, that went long.
Way long.
It's so tough with the bridge.
Now what?
Forward 2 rails. Oh, yeah, jack up, draw back. Forward 3 rails. You do... The natural line does look like it comes between the 3 and the 7, right? If you spin it, because you're so close to the corner.
Yeah. Thinking about has to.
Yeah, look at the line he's looking at right here. He's wrong. I want the cue ball right there. The problem with this shot is judging the speed. Because how thick or thin you hit the one ball is so important, and the ball's going to go either way. Yeah. What I'm talking about. Didn't really spin it either. He kind of...
That is true.
Yeah, I think he could have got a little bit more on that. But I think he has a shot here. And it might even go naturally around the 3 ball, imagine. Or just below the 3's fine. Yeah, this looks so close. But you just go below it either way. You're never trying to get above the ball, right?
No.
He is. I told you it was natural.
All
I
right.
told you.
Holy.
You watch enough pool, you start to see stuff like that.
Holy shape player.
Yeah. It's so funny, though, when you're on the tables when sometimes you just know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't explain why you know, but it's like, I just know. It just goes there.
I feel like pool is honestly a lot more intuition than sometimes it gets credit for.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why you have to play it so much to get good at it, because you have to build that intuition. Runs right into the 7 ball. Look at this. Now all those balls go in that bottom right corner. The 8, 9, 10.
One pocket.
They all go. What cues you play with? You playing with Predator right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I played with Predator for 4 years.
Nice.
The P3.
Nice.
The P3 for 4 years.
Nice, nice. Classic, well-balanced cue.
Oh, yeah. I'm not really looking to switch either.
Yeah.
Because I've tried Icon.
Yeah. I played with the Series 4 number 2, that one that's like white and has turquoise on it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking.
Yeah, I had that one for a couple years.
I could just never love the way they look. Never get that solid feeling, you know what I mean?
I did have to get used to tightening the joint.
What do you mean?
The unilock. I mean, it became so subconscious that I didn't realize that I was tightening it so often, but...
What do you mean?
Unilock joint? It would come apart.
I heard they used to do that.
Yeah.
Mine have never done that, though.
Yeah. He's just so confident.
Gotta be.
Boom.
There's 4-1. Adrian's playing with the True Splice, right?
I think so, yeah. Been playing with that one for about a year and a half, maybe?
It's only been out for a year and a half.
Yeah, he got it when it was brand new.
So pretty.
Yeah. Tell you what, that air rush is like cheating. far as jumping balls.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really interested to see the one that Federer's been working on with Viking and 360.
I think that deal he signed is perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's got, basically it's going to have 4 different butts. You know how like the Air Rush has, you can play with it with either the third piece on or off, right?
It's gonna have then 4 of them things?
4 different options.
Jeez.
So you'll have, depending on which jump you're doing, right? If you're doing full table jump over a ball that's fairly close, you got a different weight. If you got full table jump where the ball's far away, you got a different weight. If you're doing a jump where you only got to like do something like this, you got a different size and weight. You know, it's like, it's really intriguing to me because it makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're essentially playing golf. You're basically playing golf. It's nice to have a different club for each shot.
Oh, my Lord, you are playing golf.
You are. With a heavier ball.
Wow.
And a harder surfaces, but yeah. So the concept makes sense to me. I just can't wait till they release it so I get to play around with it and see how it feels. You never know, till you try it.
Then one ball?
Yeah, just put them on the 9. Kind of like one pocket. Right? Can't you do that? Isn't it?
The other way.
I feel like the angle lays really well to just put them on the 9.
You go up table.
Yeah, I see the shot, yeah.
I think both shots are fine.
Yeah. Just imagine that their pocket is right here. And just tick you up behind, Yeah, he likes your shot. Put him on the 10. Look at this. That's pretty nice.
I would have tried even softer.
The Ethernet. It's the
I would have tried even softer. You just lay it on the long rail.
Adrian's going for the light version. Wow, he got that ball vertical so quick. Pulled out the 1, but it's a tough run out.
You've never seen tough. This is it.
Yeah. It's basically tough enough where you kind of have to go into it thinking, I'm probably not going to get out here. So what does that mean I'm going to do? How am I going to treat this situation? Because there's no path from 3 to the 4.
Mm-mm.
It's non-existent.
Run into that old 5 ball.
Yeah, you got to get perfect on the 3 to do that. You got to get perfect on the 3 to do... I don't even know what else there is. That's it. That's all there is. Eddie just making sure he's up high enough. So uncomfortable.
Almost use the bridge.
It's the 8 real nice here.
Fine.
That's real nice.
There's just so many problems.
Tiny Home Living Magazine asks, is BEF for professional rated players or amateurs? That is an interesting question.
It's an open event.
The Billiard Education Foundation. Wait, is Mike in the chat? Collins is playing with a cue from 1992. It's actually from probably 2009.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Ran into the fourth.
Wow, dude. Just next level.
Great shot, Eddie.
Gosh, if that doesn't earn him the rack, look where the 8 is. This game's so brutal sometimes.
7's not in a bad spot for it, though.
It's real close. He has a rubber band when he brings it. No, I don't. I don't take that good a care of the thing. I just stick it in my my checked bag and
Pant
hope
pocket.
for the best. This is when streaming is fun, when you got all the regs in the chat that have been here all week, you know.
I'm hearing Collins needs a new cue.
And then and then you got the guy that's been with you, the lazy guy that's been with you all week that left early, just trying his best to roast you. So brutal. So brutal. I can't believe
You want a Panthera?
Yeah. At the Brendan Crockett Memorial a couple years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I bought 7 tickets for $50 and won the thing.
Oh, wow. Sold it?
I sold it because at the time, Matchroom was inquiring with me to see about doing stuff like this for some of their events, and they wanted to meet at the U.S. Open that year.
Yeah.
And so I used the money to go to the U.S. Open.
Wow.
And then they got too busy. They're so busy all the time. I just think they went a different direction because they've been using their own people the whole time. Just real expensive for them to fly their people around. Look at this shot. So disgusting. I just had my second meal at the bar here at the Hilton. I hate you, dude. Dude, I remember those ravioli. The fried ravioli, Mike. We got them last year. Little wedge salad. Nice. What is this? What are we doing? What was the plan there?
Bank pool.
We're playing bank pool.
Does that sound like a hillbilly or not?
Yeah. It's good. Well, Shannon, at least one of us enjoys it.
You guys are like an old married couple.
Yeah, we like to have fun.
I mean, obviously, the thinner is never the shot from here.
Yeah, it's just too far away, right? I've seen guys hit it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you have too, and you're just like, what the heck is going on around here? You're like, come on, do it again. I
Don't
dare
hit it
you.
very often, but
This bank, I think this is a kiss. I think it's too close to the rail. It's actually one of those kisses where the cue ball, you have to hit it so thick, the cue ball might kiss in the corner.
I think the most correct shot is just leaving them both long rail, long rail.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, see the kiss? It was a double kiss.
Isn't bad, though.
It's coming out. Adrian's like, sign me up for this. Do you ever play for the 10 ball in the side just in case you overcut this ball or something?
Absolutely not.
No?
I don't. Do you?
Whoa. Cut that one a little thick there.
I don't want to be mean, but he caught it. He hit it bad.
Yeah.
You mean...
Well, I'm just thinking, like, I'm so bad at pool, right? So, like, when I do that, I'm coming across the shot line. I always overhit it anyway, and I always end up, like, down here, and I'm cutting the thing in. And I can never figure out the speed. So I'm thinking, like, if I'm cutting that ball in and I play my position down here, if I miss it, you know, the 9 ball is going to be out here somewhere and real, like, pretty tough. And the 10 in the side ain't bad from here.
Can we see this 9 ball again
You want to go back and look at it?
after this?
I mean, I'm not saying it's the best shot for everybody, but have you ever done it? Have you ever thought about it? What are your thoughts?
I have not thought about it, no.
Mike would be sitting there being like, "What are you talking about, man?"
I did the same thing.
Yeah. Hold on, let me find the 9 ball. Yeah, from here, because you're cutting it so thin anyway. Cue ball wants to move. Why not just let it move? It's probably a terrible shot. But the difference between you and me is, Payne, you're probably going to make the ball, and I'm probably going to miss it. Oops, I'm sorry. I just muted you on accident. Sorry. Taking off? It's been a pleasure meeting you, sir. I'll see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your hard work, man.
Camera operating. But so I just play this 10 ball in the right corner.
Right. And you just play the right speed.
Yeah, I just play the right speed, and if I miss it, I never
hit it thick.
Undercut it. Yeah, I never hit it thick.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the time I don't make that ball, to be brutally honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm just missing it so often that I'm like, I kind of have it like ingrained into me, like my subconscious, where like when I don't feel good about pocketing the ball, I just end up on the short rail all the time.
Not bad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, why not just play it that way? I don't know. Oh, Eddie is now at 4-2.
We were in deep conversation.
I know, yeah. I do that a lot. Some people hate it. And I don't care. No. I'm too busy having fun. Sean Wedlake finally found the channel. What's up, Sean? See, there it is.
Yeah. What? Oh, score.
Guys, do you have a list of upcoming tournaments? I'm going to be hitting the road soon and need a good source to pull from. You know, Psychotic Squirrel, there is no existing, what would you call it? What do they call that? Take a bunch of information from a ton of different areas and then put it in one spot.
Does hitting the road exist anymore?
For fun. Not to hustle. Not to hustle, but for fun and a challenge, yeah. Yeah, there's no existing database, Gabby. Thank you. Database. There's no existing database that pools all the tournaments from across the country. And it's actually one of the things that I would put on my website first thing if I ever got to the point where I could do this full time, which is a long way away, so don't get excited, anybody. But I would just, on a monthly basis, spend one full day making phone calls to all the pool halls around the country just to get a schedule.
I would say it's very possible, though. I mean, where you're at, you're doing it full time.
I'm a lot further away than you would think. What's up, Mr. Tyree? Yeah. Adrian's been playing some real good stuff and then making a few mistakes, but then Eddie's also been coming with like really, really strong early rack stuff.
Game,
yeah.
Eddie's made some big mistakes.
Yeah. This is, you got to go here. You got to go and you got to make the ball or you're going to get punished.
Sometimes it's just time to go.
Yeah, there's no other place to
This
go.
is the time.
There's nowhere to duck. Look at him kiss off the
It's
10
all
and get
great.
perfect on the 5. It's just quality. What about a list of events you will be at? You will all be at? I'm doing stuff mainly on the West Coast. So I have that Chuck Markoulis event coming up next week. We're going to have a Brendan Crockett Memorial in September, I believe. I think we're taking a month off over there for big tournaments, but then we start up the Lucasi West Coast Tour again, I think either late September or I think it's in September. And then we go into, and the Lucasi West Coast Tour is going to be at Griff's, the first stop back. And they're going to organize another 3 stops before the end of the year.
The first year that's already going to be over soon?
Huh?
The first year of the Lucasi West Coast Tours?
We've done 3 stops already. So Griff's is going to be the 4th one. They need to organize 3 more, and then they're going to do the final stop at Hard Times. So there's 8 stops a year.
That's
Bill Askin says that this is the best music. Yeah, I've changed it up a little bit since this isn't my stream. I know I like playing that electronic stuff.
lo-fi, right?
Yeah, kind of that electronic, like almost like EDM, chill EDM almost. That's what I'm into. But since it's not my full personality on offer here, we're going with a little bit of chill rock and roll.
Another chance at a break around, I believe, right?
Yeah. Cue ball stops perfect. Just like stop the rock, slide closer to the 5. 6 ball's way down here on the short rail. So he just broke and ran the last rack?
No.
No?
I think
Okay.
so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They were
This
fighting
is
over it.
Yeah. That'd be a nice little kiss, though. wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Adrian's putting together a real strong set.
Yeah. This is good. Even if you're going away from the 9, it don't matter. Because it's like natural coming off the 3rd rail, right there, maybe just below the side pocket, right?
Yeah.
You probably end up hitting like right here. I'm going to leave it there just for the heck of it to see what happens. Ooh, a little 2-railer.
Didn't touch that one.
Yeah. I'm just going to leave it there, make a fool of myself. We're looking at a little breaky runski here. Looking at a little breaky runski. 6-2. I always get a little nervous when guys take a little extra time on the 10 ball, especially when they've been running a whole rack at the same pace, and then they get to the 10 ball and they go, oh wait, it's the 10 ball. You know? he almost did that, you know, but then moved right through his routine.
I felt like he just did his routine.
Yeah. Hey, haven't done this in a minute. I want to give a big shout out to sponsors that have been. You've seen the gold level sponsors cycling on screen all week long, but this is everybody who got involved to make this happen. One of the few events out of the year where you'll have multiple queue sponsors, multiple table sponsors, everybody collaborating together to support. So
everybody kind of comes together.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So multiple table sponsors, right? I think I already said that. Rassen and Diamond in there, and I think Olhausen's in there as well. So cool stuff. Taking a quick little player break. We can zoom out and see the spectators.
It's always sad at the end of an event.
Yeah.
When I was real little, them taking on the tables used to make me cry.
No,
how strong is
not done. Guy likes pool. Was your voice this deep back then?
No, sadly not.
You got one of those voices, man.
What the heck is MySpace?
Yeah. Is that Sophia? Everybody's having a little ice cream.
From?
It looks like Haagen-Dazs. Got that Rubik's Cube, though. Proud mother over there. Adrian's had a real strong showing this week.
Yes, he has.
Wait, why don't you go ask your mom?
Mommy, can I have a popsicle?
Where'd you guys get those? Ain't Tyree giving everyone popsicles except us? What the heck? Come on, Sam. I thought you left. And then she found out about the popsicles. Man, they got all those Valley bar boxes out of here already.
Those things are easy to move.
Yeah, they are.
Nothing like moving on a ball table.
No. Those things are ridiculous the way they're constructed.
I've never played on a table that's rolled so straight in my life.
Sure, yeah. You know, Hayden kept throwing his hands up because the balls weren't rolling straight, but then I was like, I haven't told him this yet, but he didn't realize that the directional cloth really makes a difference if you're slow rolling them. So you got to make sure that you like brush it out and make sure that you got the, you know, you don't have any like handprints going kind of slightly off the line from where you're shooting the ball. Those tables are really quality stuff.
You got to brush the felt towards the pocket too.
Yep.
The speed difference is insane too. It's like playing on shag carpet.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a dry break to me. 10 ball gets in the way of the 3. 1 ball over the side. Cue ball moving away from the 2, but you might be able to find a window between the 6 and 7 to give you a little bit of hope, maybe. Yeah, he's looking. But then to get back down, yeesh. Tell me he puts it just a touch of inside to use that rail. No, he runs into the 7. No good. Just short. No early 10s here, guys. If you're just joining us, this is WPA qualifying event. We're following the WPA rules. The 10 ball must be the last ball pocketed in order to score a point.
The WPA world standardized rules.
Yeah.
Honestly, crazy how many shots that rule affects.
Mm-hmm. It's at least once a set.
Yeah.
At least once a set. Yeah.
I don't even
happen here.
I don't even mean like winning games from it. I mean you can use it as a blocker sometimes.
Sure. Got down on this so fast. I feel like it's a little bit more complicated than that. Maybe not. Just put him behind the 3.
Just hook him, Collins.
Yeah. All you gotta do is hook him. Did you guys drive out here?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. How far is that?
6 hours.
Okay, not bad. Yeah.
Could get real nitty and say, 5 hours, 52 minutes.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's 6 hours. Really not bad at all. Anything over 9 hours is not
10
worth
for
the
me.
drive at all.
10's the limit for me, just because I grew up driving to Utah from Sacramento.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was about a 10-hour drive. We would do that at least once a year.
Major pain in the postman.
The postman. I'm trying to make that stick. Mike was so salty that
I really like it.
Mike was so salty that I came up with that for myself. But the only reason I did is because I use it in video games. Like if it's like my online handle now for video games. I play like Valorant or League of Legends or something.
Ew.
You don't like Valorant?
No.
What do you play? Like Apex Legends?
CS:GO, but they
CS:GO. There you go. Have you been playing any Warzone 3?
No, not at all.
No.
I've actually been playing too much pool. I ain't played video games in
yeah.
a month.
And he doesn't quite get over the 3 ball. Me too. I actually haven't been into video games for probably about 3 years now, 3-4 years. And before that, I wasn't really into video games, but I would occasionally play.
Nobody calls this man the postman.
What?
Where did you get those from?
Yeah, where'd you get that? Costco? Ah. You just brought them all down and... Yeah, I got a muffin.
That's just as good, right?
You didn't have to zoom into.
Now that it's quiet back here, I can turn off my limiter so that if there's people talking in the back, you can kind of hear them. My noise gate.
I was going to talk about your sweet cue setup, and I got scared. What?
Wait, so they can't hear us now?
No, they can.
They can hear us. They couldn't before.
That's actually my second full set. I've had the all black set before, but then I switched. When did I switch? I switched when I got the green.
P3?
No, the SB2.
Oh, okay.
And then somebody chipped the paint on that, so then I got that P3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Predator messed up when they made it all green. I was like, yeah.
This is the kind of shot all week that Adrian has basically made it to the finals on. And he, of course, he bricks it when I talk about it. But no, seriously, those are the shots where he's converted often. You know what I mean?
Gotten out from there.
Yeah, found a way to make the ball and continue, converting to a point more often than his opponents. Ooh, this is tight. This is a weird kick. This kick feels weird whenever it's like a shallow angle, but then also close to the corner. It just feels weird.
I have a very tough time judging these.
Seems like this is going to go short, no? Oh, no. Not even close. Nice hit. I mean...
It's not the best, but...
It's not the best result, but... Still got a hold of the ball. Cue
Make
ball's...
him work.
Yeah, cue ball's headed into traffic, so... He calls the bank.
In the last few months, I've gotten the feeling that anything is better than giving up a ball in hand.
Yeah.
For sure.
I like the idea of this bank for multiple reasons, because you're going to have to hit it with a decent amount of speed to get it to follow the right line, and then you're going to get automatic on the 5. It's going to be a long shot, but if the ball doesn't go, it's going into, look at this, it's going like up and above all the, I can't believe he played the cue ball that way. I thought he was going to like stun the ball and like cinch it back, you know,
I did too.
Because if the 4 doesn't go right, you saw where it went. It was going to go way over here, and you've got all these balls in the way, and you could have the cue ball down here.
That's what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, that's what I thought was happening too. Had popcorn earlier. It's probably stale by now.
Early morning popcorn.
That's right. I've been doing early morning hot dogs and early morning popcorn. I just eat like a...
For the first 4 days, I did nothing but have a hot dog for lunch and dinner. It was terrible.
Whenever I'm out here, I eat like a kid that just moved out right after graduating high school, you know? Living on my own, but doesn't even go to college. You know what I mean? Like I just had to get the heck out of there, you know? Yeah.
I'll do some peanut M&Ms and then a hot dog.
I don't think that's a good combination.
That's why I was trying to be funny.
I will say about these hot dogs here, for not being grilled, they're pretty good.
This is a big mistake from Eddie.
Oh, and the kiss of death, the cue ball gets nudged away by the 6, so you've got more access to the 6.
Sucks to say, but that's, I mean, it should cost him the finals.
Got down on that pretty quick, and you know, you just let a little bit outside perfect.
We're looking at 7-2.
But it doesn't really matter because he just floated in. He's got that rotation stroke. He's like, oh, I can move the cue ball? I will.
I wish I had a stroke like his.
There's a guy back at our room. His name's Robert Aldana. And he, like, through the 90s and stuff, he was the guy that would, like, back when the pockets were a little bit bigger, but he had that rotation stroke where he could break and run 4 or 5 racks in a row, you know, on probably, like, close to 5-inch pockets. But he, almost every shot, you know, the cue ball would be going 3-4 rails every shot, you know, because he liked to hit them hard. But he still plays like that, and it's fun to watch when he gets in dead punch because the cue ball is just going everywhere. But he gets perfect on the next ball all the time. He just knows how to use, you know, tons of rails.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
At all.
It's fun to watch. They call him the A-Train.
It's crazy that you used to be able to, instead of spinning them at all, you could just play the pocket and use that to.
Yeah.
And that art is kind of dead.
It still exists. I mean, the 4.5-inch pocket on the
spots.
diamond.
Oh, yeah.
It still exists, but I mean, you used to be able to cheat the pocket, you know, straight in from like, you know, object ball, cue ball.
Yeah.
And then you could choose, am I going to go here or am I going to come over here? You know, it's like, yeah, with a 5-inch pocket, the pocket facings, you can use them so much. We still, half the tables at Hard Times have those pockets.
Really?
Yeah, half the gold crowns out front. Because when the guests come in on the weekends, at the front desk, they ask them.
Oh, yeah.
Oops, pardon me. They ask them, do you want tighter pockets or looser pockets? Until the place fills up, and then it's just give them whatever table. But and then Eddie's in just another really difficult spot to decide what the highest expected value play is, right? Like, you got so much real estate on the left side of the table. Where are you going to hide things? It's going to just sneak to a window.
That was still hit well, though.
It was hit really good, but unfortunately, you know, Adrian's got something to work with here. Unless that window is just so narrow that you can only hit it dead straight.
He's going to be spinning his cue ball.
I would think so. Try to go towards the 8, right? Yeah.
Wow.
That's a great shot.
Incredible shot.
Yeah, but this is really just a product again of the tough spot that Eddie was in. It's like how do you manufacture something where you put your opponent at a disadvantage from a spot like that? Sometimes it's just the way the balls lay. It becomes unfairly difficult. He's trying to jump this ball. I don't know. That 3 is massive.
I think it goes by. Maybe cut just the edge of it.
I think you can get by it. I think you can, but it's still huge.
Don't miss the center of the cue ball. That's for sure.
There you go. For contact, really, though, it only takes one recovery shot to get good on the 2 ball. And, things are laying really good after this point because the 3 ball being over the side takes you to the toughest ball on the table.
This is your out to win the 18 and under boys 10 ball world qualifier.
Yeah. I even like coming up short, so you're moving a little bit away from the 4 ball.
Yeah.
Whoa. A little
Adrian
second
moving.
guess in there for a second.
Adrian moving real fast. This is always a big question of 1 rail or 2 rails.
I think it just comes down the left side of the table, right? Yeah. Pick your poison on whether or not you use 2 rails. I tend to use 2 rails there
I think 2 rails is the right shot.
because it just helps me judge the speed, right? When I incorporate a second rail, especially like when I'm coming down into a zone, if I incorporate a second rail, I just think about like what it feels like to impact that rail.
Yeah, you can use it as a brake almost.
Yeah. Whoa. Real close to the rail. Drama. Is this frozen? Can you pocket it with spinach? Yes, you can.
Wow.
And we have our 18 and under national champion. There he is. Happy guy. Congratulations to both players qualified for the World Championships out in New Zealand this year. Congrats to you, Payne, for qualifying as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the good show all week. Thanks for hanging out with me during that final. That was really fun. Always
Thanks
a
for
pleasure to
having
see
me.
you. Always a pleasure to see you, man.